Are you ultra cool?
I guess I am now.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to our channel. Hey, if you're new here, please click that like and that subscribe, and don't forget to bang that bell notification. This way you'll get notified every time I upload a video. Well, today we're doing something completely different, and full transparency, I've never done this before. What are we doing? We are installing, if you saw from the thumbnail, the Ultra Coll oil cooler system with a reusable oil filter. And this is on Big Mike's bike. And why are we doing it? Well, he's having a problem with the bike overheating in traffic, and it was recommended to him by the guys over at Thundermax. So big shout out to Thundermax. I'm going to tag you guys in this video. So here we go. We're going to unbox everything. We'll start with the oil filter. It's a nice looking oil filter. It's really cool. Comes with the oil seal already on it. The filter element, it's kind of cool. You push down, you spin it, and it comes right out. That's a nice, cool little oil filter. It's got a spring in the bottom, so it'll be really easy to clean this in the future. Just gonna make sure the spring's the right way. Now we'll reinstall our oil filter, and that's ready to go. Whoop. So that's the oil filter. Now let's unbox the rest of this. We have instructions with tools. Oh, look at this. We got some nice tools in here.
And zip ties.
Zip ties. Gotta have the zip ties.
What tool?
So we got a bunch of zip ties. Nice.
Awesome. Makes good for handcuffs. I'm kidding.
Well, it looks like some 3M rubber pieces.
Oh, the rubber? I thought it was Velcro.
A wire connector. We're definitely going to be reading the instructions.
Yeah.
An Ultra Cool sticker. Mike, this is for you.
Ultra Cool.
Are you ultra cool?
I guess I am now.
Mike is now ultra cool. I'm not cool. Looks like some wires with some pre-terminated ends on it. A jumper. Mm-hmm. A nice crow's foot wrench. Wow, they give you everything.
Heck is a crow's foot wrench.
This is a crow's foot wrench. 12 point.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
A piece of an Allen wrench.
Okay.
And of course,
And I guess that's a little tube of glue.
blue Loctite.
Ah.
Plus all the instructions that we will need to follow for this install. We have an extra oil filter gasket, some clamps. This looks like it goes to the oil filter mount. We're going to unbox it and see. It's well wrapped, I'll give you that.
Oh.
Another piece in there.
Shipping.
Yes, that's exactly what that is. That looks good. It's got an O-ring right here. Once this goes on, it's never coming off. And then a new
Metal thing.
center section for the oil filter. So this will thread in just like that to where the oil filter thread normally would go. We have the actual oil cooler with a temperature sensor, and I guess the on or the power for the fans.
And the fans, I think, right?
Yep, the fans.
Well then.
That's actually kind of nice. Nice little oil cooler.
Cool.
It's going to mount roughly about here. Which will actually be pretty cool, I think. Some steel braided terminated lines. We're going to keep them in the plastic until we use them, just to keep debris out. Another oil filter O-ring. And 2 steel bands. We'll see what those are for. And if the wiring and a some sort of switch. Like I said, I've never done these before, so we're gonna follow the instructions. And what have I done so far? I've drained the motor oil, the transmission's primary for his oil service. I've already serviced the transmission in the primary. I drained the oil. I disconnected the fuel pump with the oil drain plug out. I cranked the motor over quite a few times just to scavenge and get out all the oil in the crankcase and in the oil filter and in the cam chest. Trying to get as much clean, fresh oil through this at one time. Okay, following the instructions here, I'm going to read off the tools required. You're going to need a T27. You're going to need 11/16 open-end wrench, a 1/2 inch and 7/16 open-inch wrench, a 3/8 drive ratchet, an extension for 3/8 drive, a 1/2 inch, 7/16 and 7/8 socket, oil filter wrench. We already got the oil filter off, so I don't need that. A 17 millimeter wrench for installing the high flow oil filter, a torque wrench, check pounds, it'll tell us foot-pounds and all that. A power drill if mounting to the LED fairing. I don't know if we're going to do that. A 5/16 drill bit if we're going to put the LED in the fairing. Wire strippers and crimper, and a 7/16 Allen, which was included in the kit. So the first thing we need to do is grab our extension, grab our 7/8 socket and a ratchet, and we're going to remove the oil filter adapter that is in here from the factory. That's okay. Yep. Gonna have to. A wobble head ratchet actually would be a little bit easier. Maybe a shorter extension. This one might be just a hair too long. Let me get a shorter extension. So we'll get in here. There we go. Oh. Okay, I got the oil filter adapter removed. They give you a different one that replaces this one. So this one is not going to be reused. We're going to take our new oil filter mount, and the oil filter adapter goes in just like this. It sits nice and flush here, comes through, and we're going to have to put a little oil back here, and that which I'll take out of my drain pan. We're going to lubricate the gasket. Always lubricate your gaskets. This way it prevents them from getting dry rot, cracking, or if you ever have to remove this, it'll be a lot easier to come off. All right, let me get caught up on the instructions, see if we gotta add Loctite to this and or what the torque setting is. Okay, we do have to apply a little blue thread locker here, and there is a torque to this. It's 18 to 20 foot-pounds of torque. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the torque wrench to 19 foot-pounds, which is right there in the middle of the two. So just a little bit goes a long way for thread locker. That's it, not a whole lot. You don't have to bathe it in it. So I'm going to slide this inside and start the oil filter adapter. And we're going to rotate this in a way I'm going to check the other side, make sure we don't have any clearance issues. No clearance issues. So we take the 7/16 Allen socket that's applied, or Allen, put a 7/16 Allen socket on it, install it inside of there. Grab your ratchet and your extension, and we're just going to snug it up before we torque it, because you don't want to run a torque wrench all the way down like that. All right, so now we're going to torque it. It's 19 foot-pounds of torque. There it is, nice, clicked off, we're good to go. Now we just need to get our whole assembly out of here. Beautiful. Remember, best practices for your torque wrenches is set them to the lowest setting so it will keep the torque and the accuracy of it. Where this one, it's 5 foot-pounds of torque. All right, moving on with the instructions. We got the oil filter installed. We're to position the clamps on the frame. So these two clamps that they gave us, they get positioned on the frame. Okay, I wrestled with this. I got the clamp in. The bottom clamp goes like this, and you can notice where your plastic piece that holds your clutch cable in, it goes right above that, and it goes around your top strut mount for your motor. The small one goes up here, faces up, and the big one goes on the bottom, faces towards the motor. Secret to putting this in is get yourself a nice short stubby 7/16 wrench. This way you can make more than a 1/16 of a turn at a time. You could actually get maybe a quarter turn at a time. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect our oil hydraulic lines. We got one here to here, one here to here. So the short one goes from the inside oil cooler to the front of the oil filter adapter. So we'll pull these off, and the instructions say to spray them down with some glass cleaner. Help lubricate the threads, I guess. So we'll do that. And just like that. Now I'll get in there and I'll clean the inside of those nipples out. Okay, I got the oil lines run. The long one, like I said, goes from one closest to the motor to the outside of the oil cooler. The one that's on the inside of the oil cooler is the shorter one that goes to the front down here at your oil filter adapter, and you can see them right down there. It's a nice clean install. Getting this mounted is a pain in the ass, but you know, that's a pain in the ass. So now what we got left to do is we got to put our oil filter on, and then we got to do all the electrical. Let the fun begin. Let me get this oil filter on, and then we're going to start with the electrical. Okay, so you got this wiring harness where you have a blue, a black, and a red, and then a white connector here, which goes to a relay. The black and the red with the eyelets go to the battery. We're going to be doing that later. But there's a blue wire connector with a single wire in it that says it plugs into the auxiliary harness under this side, and I don't see that. Oh, wait a minute, is this might be it. Maybe not. Let me investigate this and see what I can find. Okay, so you got to locate your auxiliary connector on the right side of the bike, not the left like I thought, but it's the right side. You plug this in, and this is going to tie into that other harness on the other side. So we're going to tuck this in up inside the ABS hoses so it's nice and clean. And all this here is for Thundermax. All right, let me figure this out and we'll get back to it. Okay, so I got the wiring harness connected on the right side to the battery. There's a white connector that comes through. Remove this bolt and this bolt, move this aside, pull your wiring harness through, tuck it in nice and nice. This runs down the frame all the way up to here. This here is for an optional LED light that's not going to be used in this application. Other than that, this is all done. There's the new oil filter cartridge system. So it does not have a disposable oil filter anymore, which is a nice thing. We got a spare one, so when he needs to change his oil, we have a clean one. We'll swap it out, and then have that one sit in standby for him. All right, guys. All I got left to do is service this, and I'll let you know how much more oil we went. Because normally it's 4.5 quarts. We're going to see if it takes 5 quarts or 5.5. So we'll find out how much more oil we add.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the jury's in. It's only an extra half quart. So instead of having 4.5 quarts go into the motor, it's 5 quarts of oil. So that's it for this Ultra Cool install of the Ultra Cool oil filter. See what I did there? All right, everybody. Until the next time, I want you to live the best life you can. Ride often, and as always, ride hard.